Hello everyone and welcome back to my official The GH24 News YouTube channel. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we begin, hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Brooklyn Quartermaine's guilt grows. Harrison Chase makes a concession to Dante Falconeri. Also, Emma Scorpio Drake turns to Jocelyn Jacks for help. Keep reading and let's talk about what's coming up in the coming occasion of the ABC Cleaner pieces. In the coming occasion of the ABC Cleaner, anticipate Lulu to get some enlightenment. This comes from Dante. Lulu formerly admitted to Dante that he was right about abandoning Rocco Falconeri to chase after Charlotte Cassadine. Lulu was also worried that she didn't feel to know her own son presently. Speaking of Lulu, she shares another scene with Brooklyn. In an exercise clip, Lulu switches out at BLQ. As Brooklyn stands looking stupefied, Lulu says if it's not working, also, it's her fault. It's not clear what Lulu is pertaining to, but BLQ could continue to feel shamefaced about Giovanni Gio Palmieri. Speaking of Brooklyn, anticipate Dante to push Chase to unmask. Indeed, though Chase is reluctant, he does make an admission to Dante. Elizabeth Liz Baldwin opened up the door to Cyrus Renaud. In an exercise clip for Hereafter's occasion, Cyrus says he's hysterical to see Aunt stay. So, it sounds like Liz tries to close the door, but Cyrus doesn't let her. Over at the Savoy, Curtis Ashford tells Portia Robinson that they don't need Drew Kane Quartermaine ruining their Valentine's Day. Still, it's teased that the pressure between Curtis and Drew will grow. Also, Willow Tate Corinthos is caught off guard. Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan are intruded. Brad Cooper and Lucas Jones continue reconnecting. While Lucas Isla's date didn't exactly work out, it sounds like these former dears are reconnecting. Is it possible for Lucas and Brady to have an alternate chance? Plus, Jocelyn questions Emma. When Emma wants Jocelyn's help, Thepper Med Major doesn't just say yes. Jocelyn quizzes a beaming Emma. Cyrus Renaud may get shot by two people as multiple pellets fire at a critical moment. Will Cyrus eventually be taken down through a platoon trouble? At the end of GH's exercise videotape for the week of conceivably 3 shots can be heard. Still, there's no guarantee the same person will fire all those shots. The promo shows Jocelyn Jacks getting possessed by Cyrus when he returns to his den and finds her poking. Jocelyn has Dex Heller's armament and could fluently shoot Cyrus in tone defense once she fears for her life. That lines up with Jocelyn's 2025 exercise word since we know she's going to make a choice that changes her world ever. Jocelyn may fire at Cyrus once she's trapped with no way out. Of course, vengeance could be a factor since Jocelyn still wants Cyrus to pay for going after Dex. It could be a combination of tone, preservation, and vengeance under the circumstances. Whatever the case, Jocelyn might pull the detector right as someone differently comes on and fires a shot or two of their own. Jason Morgan could follow Cyrus back to his den, which would give him an occasion to come Cyrus shooter as well. Alexis Davis might be another option, depending on how effects play out. Although Alexis is trying to fight her own revengeful urges, perhaps the desire to retaliate Sam McCall's demise could come too important. That's especially true since Cyrus is still targeting victims and wouldn't stop unless someone makes him. Between all that and seeing Jocelyn in torture, we could buy the idea of Alexis pumping a pellet in Cyrus. It could also be Jack Brennan who comes to Jocelyn's deliverance after putting her in detriment's way. Brennan is the one who got Jocelyn into this mess by supplying Cyrus' address, so could he be the one to get her out? Anyhow, this might turn into a situation where Jocelyn fires the first shot and someone differently finishes Cyrus off with an alternate or third bone. Some grim Cyrus news could be ahead, so we'll bring you prognostications on his fate and updates on any marvels to come. Elizabeth Baldwin will horrify over Cyrus Renaud's visit while Brad Cooper's covetousness erupts. There'll also be some surprises at the Savoy as Tuesday's action heats up. For starters, Portia Robinson will push for an indication about what Curtis Ashford is over to, so he may have a many Valentine's Day tricks up his sleeve. Trina Robinson's night with Kai Taylor will also come with some curveballs, most likely including her admission about her father retaining the Savoy. Over with Harrison Chase, he'll try to tempt Brooklyn Quartermaine into the shower with him, but effects may not go according to plan. Anyhow, Chase will ultimately deliver in grand Valentine's Day gesture. Brooke Lynn will feel indeed shamed about the secrets she's keeping once Chase dotes on her, so she may resolve to give him updates on her espoused baby enough soon. Back at the Savoy, Lucas Jones will smell that Brad is lonely, so he'll approach him for a converse. Still, any stopgap Brad might have had for a romantic evening may be ruined thanks to Maxie Jones' matchmaking sweats. Maxie plans to set Lucas up on a date with a hunk who works at Deception as a model. It looks like jealous Brad may have a front row seat to Maxie pushing Lucas and his new man together. We should also talk about Aiden Weber-Swain, since Charlie Besso will make his debut as Tobias. Aiden will introduce Tobias to Elizabeth and Lucky Spencer on Tuesday's GH occasion. Next, Cyrus will get ready to strike Liz with that loaded Digitalis hype. Once Cyrus arrives at Elizabeth's house, she'll realize peril has come knocking at her door. Lucky may be the one to save Liz, but will he get jabbed by Cyrus in the coming occurrences? In the meantime, Anna Devane will deliver another plea to Jason Morgan and hope she can help him from taking matters into his own hands. Despite Anna's pledge to take Cyrus down fairly, it may not stop Jason from going after the baddie following his PCPD release. That could be good news for Jocelyn Jacks since she's going to get busted by Cyrus at his den latterly this week. Will Jason come to Jocelyn's deliverance? That's an option to consider, but it's also possible Jack Brennan could intermediate. Formerly he realizes he's put Jocelyn in a dangerous position. Whatever the case, Brennan and Carly Spencer will enjoy the calm before the storm as he surprises her with flowers. It'll be another occasion for Brennan to flirt and consolidate his connection with Carly. Carly will like knowing some of Brennan's secrets, but she clearly doesn't know all of them. Still, she'd be furious if Carly were in the circle on Brennan feeding Jocelyn word on Cyrus. It seems Brennan is trying to retain Jocelyn for the WSB, so Carly may stand forcefully against the idea once the verity comes out. Until also, Lulu Spencer will tear herself down for being a bad mama while Dante Falconeri gives her some stimulant. It's clear that Lulu woke up to some chaotic circumstances, so Dante may suppose she needs to cut herself some slack. Dante may make some prognostications about better days ahead, but Lulu might worry more troubles brewing. Maxie Jones plays Cupid. Jack Brennan surprises Carly Spencer, plus, Anna Devane urges Jason Morgan to take a chance. Keep reading and let's talk about what's coming up in the coming occasion of the ABC Cleaner Pieces. In the coming occasion of GH, Trina and Kai Taylor go out for Valentine's Day together. On the date, Trina tells Kai that she has a concession to make. It doesn't look like anything negative or bad. In fact, when Trina says it at the table with Kai, she seems convivial and throws her arms up excitedly. Still, we see Aunt forget Curtis Ashford's first prince of Kai. There are also Kai's platoon players, some who criticize Trina for his injury. Although Trina clearly wasn't responsible, perhaps Kai will get some pressure for dating her. Of course, it's always nice when detergents allow a new couple to be happy for a little while. So, perhaps Trina and Kai will have a storybook love. Harrison Chase will have a romantic gesture for Brooke Lynn Quartermain in an exercise clip. Chase is in the shower and yells out that there's room for two. Away, the occasion on Tuesday, February 18th, will feature Brennan surprising Carly. After learning about a secret, Carly says she likes knowing that about him. Carly enjoys knowing commodity about Brennan that nothing additional knows. Still, Lucas Jones formerly advised Carly about men with secrets. Is Carly just falling for another man just like Sonny Corinthos? Speaking of Sonny, he was questioned by Carly after telling her about the guardianship deal with Ava Jerome Still. Sonny covered his health issues. Could that prove to be a big mistake? In Hereafter's occasion, suckers can also anticipate Anna to supplicate Jason. Maxie plays matchmaker. Lucas has a special request to make of Brad Cooper. Portia Robinson wants an indication from Curtis. Also, Lulu Spencer tells Dante Falconeri that she feels like a failure as a mama. He left her breadcrumbs that lead her to learn that Cyrus Renault killed her swain, Dex Heller, to test her. Brennan thinks Jocelyn has what it takes to be a WSB agent, and it's only a matter of time before he mentions the idea to her. At first, she may be reticent, but she may start to suppose that this is in fact a good idea. Especially if Brennan gives her another trial to uncover suggestions in a case. Jocelyn will find that she enjoys the work, and makes a life-changing choice. She's going to drop out of PCU and become a WSB agent, and work for Brennan in Port Charles. Brennan will be thrilled, but her mama Carly Spencer may not be. Carly will worry for the safety of her son, and doesn't feel that the WSB would be the right career move for her. Not to mention, she'd not want her to drop out of council. Jocelyn, being stubborn like her mama, is old enough to make her own choices, which Carly would ultimately have to get used to. Jocelyn might have to go undercover, and supplicate Carly to keep her involvement in the WSB a secret for the time being. Jack Brennan wants Jocelyn Jacks to help him bring down Jen Sidwell. At this point, Brennan will be on a charge to bring down Jen Sidwell, who's by now wreaking annihilation on Port Charles. Brennan would need Jocelyn's help in his plan to stop Sidwell. At the same time, Natalia Rogers Ramirez and Jen Sidwell's son Aloy Sidwell will be settling in, just arriving in Port Charles. Brennan will encourage Joss to get close to him in order to find out everything she can about Sidwell. Jocelyn will do just that, and find that she's actually attracted to Aloy. In the process, Joss finds out material information that could help the WSB's cause in stopping Sidwell, but will it work?